Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to King of the West Tonight for Thursday, September 6th. My name's Gary Thomas, this is George Haig, and we have a show kind of recapping the first part of the season, George.
Yeah, tonight we're going to have a great interview that you did. I must say, you did a good job.
Pretty good.
With our rookies this year, a couple of our rookies, Chad Compton and Cody Lamar.
Now we're also going to recap the Road to Dirt Cup event at Silver Dollar Speedway. Of course, Jonathan Allard picked up the third of his 4 wins on the season. Going to showcase those highlights as well.
Hey, and then we're going to go to the KD Performance Flashback, and it doesn't get any better than the 2006 Cotton Classic at Hanford Speedway.
And one of our reoccurring things, the fan question of the week, is going to be back on the show. Kind of a 2-part question from one of our YouTube followers.
And then always a fun weekend this past weekend with the USAC sprinters running at Calistoga, and now the up-and-coming Gold Cup this week at Silver Dollar Speedway. Boy, this is a great time for Northern California race fans.
And of course, speaking of last weekend in Calistoga, George, we want to give big shout outs to Kyle Hurst and Rico Abreu. Big victories, $7,500 a piece to win those races. So a couple guys that we've seen quite often with the King of the West Series, former winners with the season.
We'll talk a little bit about those guys and their wins this year. Also, Jonathan Allard had a great run this past week at Lebanon Speedway with the World of Outlaws, finishing a great 3rd place. And right behind him, Tim Kading in 4th. So California drivers getting ready for the Gold Cup, 3rd and 4th at Lebanon.
Yeah, and of course, Jonathan also won the dash that night and had a little bit of contact with Sammy Swindell, kind of ruffling some feathers. So it was a real exciting night up there in Lebanon, and definitely want to give congrats to JA and TK. But hey, we keep talking about the banquet, and rooms are going fast. We've already sold 1/3 of the rooms, so and that's a part of our special block that we have reserved. So
if you don't get the rooms now, and before November 1st, and the way they're going, you better do it early. It costs you $50 more for a room.
It does.
You're saving $50 by getting in early. So you need to call 209-223-1677. Get the rooms. I mean, I know we're hounding you to death. I know we're just beating you up, but we want to save you some money.
Yeah, these rooms are going fast, along with tickets. We've already sold 1/3 of the tickets, reserved 1/3 of the tickets.
Yes.
So call the office, 707-374-2222. Reserve your spot because they're going fast and you're going to be left out.
Yeah, we're not kidding. We have a limited space. We can get 300 people in the room if we pack it in. So we show you. We got 100 tickets already sold. If you are even thinking about going, you can get those tickets early. Also, it's going to be a fun time for this banquet this year, I think.
Really excited. Well, everyone, we're now going to go into our fan question of the week, courtesy Guitars from Mars. We've been asking fans each and every week to send us questions, either tweet us or Facebook or email us various questions if they have anything they want to know. And one of our YouTube followers, Guitars from Mars, actually sent us a 2-part question. The first was, how much does a sprint car, cost and everything? Well, this sprint car right here has a motor, it has a wing, it's got pretty much everything you need to go to race a sprint car. This can range in the ballpark of $75,000 when you include the motor and everything. But then you also have your spare tires, spare parts, you have a truck and trailer. That can get up to around $200,000. So these things are, it's not just a car, it's really a whole operation. You have team members, and even if you crunch one of these wings, you got vinyl, you got powder coating, that could be $1,000 right there. So these things are definitely not cheap. Now, the second part of his 2-part question came asking, what's a great entry-level class to get into if you want to drive a sprint car or get into any kind of motorsports? Well, Guitars from Mars, love the name, by the way. Outlaw karts have become extremely popular over the last 15 to 20 years. The track up around Silver Dollar Speedway, Cycleland Speedway, right south of Chico, has been a great breeding ground for drivers such as Rico Abreu, Kyle Larson, Sean Becker. The list has gone on and on. So outlaw karts have definitely been the way to go. And with that, let's check out that great highlight package from Silver Dollar Speedway, the Road to Dirt Cup.
In the Paul Silva Motorsports Pro Belt Construction ART number 57, it's Shane Stewart. Brinkating back there in second, about a half straightaway back, but off turn number 4, it's going to be Roger Crockett. Picking up heat race number 1. Brinkating will be second, Shane Stewart third, and Kenny Allen, your fourth and final transfer. Nice to close in, but he's going to run out of time off turn number 4. The defending Silver Dollar Speedway track champion will win heat race number 2, Tyler Wolf. Team Brindle will be second, Kyle Hurst third, and Tim Kading, your fourth and final transfer. Allen Motors down the back straightaway in at turns 3 and 4. He'll be adding 7 bonus points by winning heat race number 3, Jonathan Allard. Willie Cross second, Evan Suggs third, and Jason Statler, your final transfer. As he comes through turns 3 and 4, dominating heat race number 4, it's Bobby McMahon. Brad Bumgarner comes up second, Andy Forsberg third, and Andy Gregg, your fourth and final transfer. Sean Allard up the third. Allard started 7th in this race, trying to make something happen and get up there and race with Shane Stewart. Down the back straight of it, in turns 3 and 4, Shane Stewart will be your pole sitter, and Kenny Allen will be alongside. As the leaders race down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4 race rounds, how about Cody Lamar? Winning the LCQ, Peter Murphy, Doug Wahlberg, Jimmy Sills, Craig Stidham, and Richard Brace will be your transfers. Rookie of the Year. As they come off turn number 4 into turn number 1, Stewart on the bottom, Kenny Allen on the top. It's going to be Stewart, but here comes John Allen up the second. And looks like then the yellow light's coming on for Cody Lamar. Yeah, as they race into turn 1, Shane Stewart to the middle, Kenny Allen on top, John Allen on the bottom. It's going to be Allard coming out on top. Nice move by Jonathan Allard, who will take the lead on lap number 1. The track over in turn 1 and 2. Shane Stewart comes to a stop. Yellow flag comes out to pick up the throttle. Allen leaves the field back to green. Andy Forsberg gets underneath Kenny Allen. Evan Suggs also trying to follow suit. Evan Suggs now up to third. Straight away, red flag. Craig Stidham in the number 3, upside down. And now Craig Stidham climbing out at number 3, so tough break for Craig, but looks like he's A-OK climbing out of the Brad Johnson number 3. And John Allen picks up the pace, leads the field into turns 1 and 2. Roger Crockett looking to the inside of Tyler Wolf. So Tim Kading moving his way forward in the Roth Motorsports Sprinter. Kading now trying the top side around Kyle Hurst. Trying to find a little bit of moisture up top. Couldn't find it there. Races are always won or lost in lap traffic. Allard the veteran, with the youngster Kenny Allen trying to close in. Now going to try the top side around Brindle. Lost a lot of momentum there. Kenny Allen going to try to close. Allard got a little bit out of the groove, allows Kenny Allen to close within a couple car lengths. And check out TK up top in 3 and 4. Drives around Evan Suggs, trying to drive around Andy Forsberg. The TK Express is all in tonight. Crew Chief Sonny Kratzer once again as TK once again charges to the top side by Forsberg, by Kenny Allen, move TK to second. 18th to second for Tim Kading. Down. Forsberg now big run to the inside of Kenny Allen, move Andy Forsberg up to third. As Kading now tries to get it, Brad Bumgarner makes the pass. And gets around Brendel as well. Now no lap cars separating your leaders. With Brent Kading, Tyler Wolf, yellow flag comes out like Brent Kading and Tyler Wolf contact. So 19, Tyler Wolf comes to a stop after contact with Brent Kading. See the damage on the top of Brent Kading's wing, Troy.
Well, that was a weird looking deal over there. Tyler Wolf spun around and the car front end up a little bit. Here come Brent with nowhere to go. But you can see the wing damage on Brent Kading's car, half of it gone.
Jonathan now leads the field through turns 3 and 4 down to the green flag. You see Rock and her side by side in the cone. Allard rockets down the back straightaway, pulling some 5 or 6 car lengths between himself and Kading. Forsberg, Suggs, now Kenny Allen and Kyle Hurst race side by side. 20 laps down, just 10 to go. 1/3 of the way home in our 30 lapper. John Allard pulling away from Tim Kading out front. Hurst now once again to the outside of Kenny Allen. Those two side by side. Allen able to get the moisture. On Allard. Allard closing out lap traffic. Tim Kading closing in on him with 26 laps down, 4 to go. Kading right on his back bumper through 1 and 2.
It's decision time for John Allard. Does he try to get out of line? Here comes TK. TK's made up his mind. Is there anything to hold on to? No, there's not, Gary, on lap 27.
TK loses a few car lengths to Allard out front. Just 2 weeks back, Tim Kading came from 16th to pass John Allard on the last lap.
TK will once again hug the bottom. He'll try to fall in right behind John Allard. He's only got to hope that a slower car can hold up Allard. He can make the charge.
Tim Kading closing in one more time. Let's see if he tries the big dive bomb upstairs. They're going to combine and complete the white flag. Here comes Tim Kading up top, Troy.
Tim Kading with a heavy slider. John Allard sees him. There's one to go at the stripe. Allard on the bottom. Tim on the bottom. Richard Brace Jr. right ahead of him, Gary.
Allard trying to get the bottom of Brace. He does so. TK to the top. He might try to find the moisture. Can't do it. John Allard will pick up the win.
John Allard at the stripe, and he will get the win. Now John Allard. There we go. Double 360s. JA out, TK a big hug. It's been an emotional night here to say the least.
Make some noise one more time. Your main event winner, Jonathan Allard. And Jonathan, I know you always love coming home to Silver Dollar Speedway. You won when we were here in May, and 2 for 2 here at your home track so far with the King of the West Series. Got to be a special feeling.
Yeah, it's pretty special. Just thinking about David Thorder right now. Tim Kading's a real close friend of mine, and to run 1 and 2 means a lot to me. And we talked before the main events, and this one goes to the Tartar family. They're such a racing family, and we've known them forever. And Howard Tartar's on my heart right now. So thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you in the pit area.
All right, everyone, make some noise for Jonathan Allard, your main event winner, current King of the West Series point leader, picking up his 3rd main event win of the year, getting a big hug from 2nd place TK. Tim Kading, race fans. This guy drove his tail off as he always does. And Tim, a couple weeks ago at Calistoga, we talked about you coming from way in the back to win. Tonight, 18th to 2nd. Did you ever think you were going to be able to get up there and race with Jonathan for the win?
No, like Jonathan said, we lost somebody great today between us, and David was a great friend of both of ours. This one was for you, David. I hope you love that show.
Welcome to Grand Sierra Resort and Casino, the resort that gives you more. More dining. Treat yourself to world-class restaurants including Charlie Palmer's Steak and Fin Fish. More comfort. Stay in one of our new suites inside the Summit at Grand Sierra, Reno's first luxury hotel. More nightlife. Get into the action at Nikki Beach and enjoy live shows at the Grand Theater. Grand Sierra Resort and Casino, the resort that gives you more. Way more.
But tonight I'm loving you. Well, what a great video, and what a great start to the Road to Dirt Cup. Although it did start a little tragically when we lost David Tarter before the races started. But no, from then on, it was it was a great race. Jonathan Allard picking up his third victory of the year, his second at Chico. That guy owns Chico. Just because he lives there, he thinks he owns the place. I don't know. Tim Kading coming from the back, which we all love, to second. He said in his interview to Gary Thomas after the race, a few more laps he would have had, Jonathan. You know how those guys talk, but TK and JA always good up front. Andy Forsberg making a rare KWS appearance, finishing on the podium. Now there's a guy that needs to be on tour with KWS. He was the co-champion at Silver Dollar Speedway this year. He won the championship at Placerville. He's leading the Civil War points. Now there's a driver that needs to be racing with the 410 King of the West Series. And then, you know, it was just a great event. Led into the Saturday at Medford, and had another great race up there, which we'll preview next week. And so now let's go to the interview that Gary did out at Chico on August 18th with Cody Lamar and Chad Compton.
Hey everyone, we've now caught up with Rio Linda, California driver and King of the West Series Rookie of the Year contender Cody Lamar, who's coming off one of your best career runs with the King of the West Series about a month ago, Cody, and I'm sure that was a great confidence booster for you.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, we stepped up our game a little bit in a track that really wasn't our best, and made it to the heat race win, made the dash and won the dash, and just we learned a little bit from the main, and you know, it's just what we're out here to do is learn, get better, and it's been a fun experience with KWS this year.
Talk about the heat race, starting on the front row with Brent Kading, a guy like that has so many accolades throughout his career, getting the jump on him and then beating him in the heat. That had to be pretty cool for you.
Oh yeah, it was probably the highlight of the night because he's pretty intimidating out here to beat him, and especially with the Tri-C car, a lot of history between him and Brent, so it was cool to race against him, be competitive, and beat him.
And then not only winning the heat race, then you parked the thing on the front straightaway during the dash, so that had to be another huge accomplishment for you.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting that. I just kept driving hard, and things kept falling in my way, and you know, it just kept clicking them off. So yeah.
Now we have 15 races down, just a couple to go. So if you can sum up your season, give your thoughts, and let everyone out there know how your year's been going.
It started out pretty good. You know, we dealt with a lot of motor issues this year, and it kept us out of about 4 or 5 points races, which took us out of the top 10 and possibly Rookie of the Year deal. But we keep coming, supporting the series because we love the series and the 410 in Northern California. And next year, hopefully, we can get better, get a little better program with our motors, and step up our game and be a contender next year.
Well, it's been a lot of fun having you out here. Definitely great to have the famed Tri-C number 3C back out, and we definitely want to wish you the best of luck tonight and the rest of the year.
Yeah, thank you guys. It's really fun out here, and we're having a blast.
Well, everyone, we've caught up with another one of our King of the West Series Rookie of the Year contenders this season, actually the leading contender for the Rookie of the Year this season, currently 11th in the King of the West standings, Mr. Chad Compton. Chad, nice having you on board this season, and you guys seem to keep learning more and more each week.
We do. It's been great so far. Like I said, we do learn something every week, it seems like. You know, we've had some mechanical failures, which has really, you know, just hurt us in points. You know, I think we've had 6 or 7 DNFs and 1 no-show, and it's just hurting us real bad. But, you know, the nights where we do finish, seems like we do finish well. So hopefully we can do something like that tonight. It'd be good. I know the car count's going to be pretty hefty tonight, I think. So get a nice top 10, that'd be great.
You've had some highlights this season. Of course, you set your first career King of the West fast time back in Marysville. I'm sure that was a pretty big deal for you.
That was great. You know, nice little motivator for the whole team. You know, just be a second time ever in a 410 and get up on the scales. And Dad's, you know, teasing me. He goes, "What are you doing? Go up, you know, put your foot in the gas." And holds up the number 1 finger. Quick time. Right on, you know. Real good feeling. We were all happy about it. And like I said, just a great motivator for the whole team.
Hey, like I said, we're 15 races down, just a couple to go. How would you sum up your season so far throughout your first 410 campaign?
It's been a lot of fun. You know, I like everyone that we're running with, all the officiating, all the people that we get to work with. Everyone's been really, really good to us this year. You know, a lot of people have helped us out. We're having a great time. You know, we're, you know, if the pocketbook's there next year, we want to do the whole season again. So looking forward to it.
It's been great having you out here, and best of luck tonight.
Thanks, sir.
Well, hey, everybody, there you have it. A couple of nice interviews with two of our Rookie of the Year contenders this season, Cody Lamar and Chad Compton, a couple of great guys and great teams. Of course, Chad Compton currently 11th in the point standings. He's made all but one race this season. He unfortunately missed our event in Medford, and then young Cody has made 12 of our 16 events. Both of them are actually coming off their best finishes of the season. Chad Compton, a 10th place finish in Chico at the Prelude to Gold Cup. Cody Lamar, a 9th place finish, his career best with the King of the West Sprint Car Series. With that, let's check out the Kating Performance Flashback, the 2006 Cotton Classic at King Speedway.
For Tim Kating. It is Brandon Wimmer, your fast qualifier tonight. Brandon with a 12.587, 1-2, 5.87, your fast qualifier tonight. Zeros on the front row, the big guy, Jason Statler and Jonathan Allard in row 1. Bud Kating in the 35, Ronnie Day in the number 1 in row 2. Row number 3 is Peter Murphy in the number 3 with the 73 of Jim Skinner. Then it's the 14 of Jason Myers in the number 10 of Brad Sweet. Followed by the 15 of Brandon Wimmer and Mike Faria in the number 4. Row number 6, Tim Kating and Billy Wallace. Row number 7, Brent Kating and Garrett Ishii. Followed by Andy Gray, Tommy Tarleton, Johnny Gray, Jason Botsford. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats. Here they come. The Cotton Classic is underway. Here at King Speedway. And it's the big guy, Jason Statler. Oh, upside down hard is Jonathan Allard. Up off of turn number 1. The defending champion. 6-7 times going over off of turn number 1. Got the car sideways. It bit hard and did a wild flip off of turn number 1. Keep your eye on the 83 of Tim Kating. Tim Kating in the 83 has gone off the racetrack in turn 1. Tim Kating moved into the top 10 as he goes to work on Billy Wallace. Up front, Ronnie Day takes the lead from Jason Statler. New leader, Ronnie Day. Statler now in the second, under attack from Jason Myers. Brandon Wimmer moves on to the inside. Billy Wallace with the big move. Billy Wallace putting the pressure on Brandon Wimmer. 3 wide, and Wallace makes a beautiful move on Brandon Wimmer. Wimmer goes back to the outside. What a battle for the 6th spot. As Ronnie Day picking his way through traffic, Myers looks to go to the inside. Myers takes over that second spot from the big guy. Myers has moved to second, Statler now third. Almost off the racetrack was Ronnie Day as he battles with the 11 car of John Pate, a team car. Here comes Myers. Look at that, 3 elite cars in a row here. As Myers coming up on teammate Ronnie Day, they will battle to the lead, and Myers blows by Ronnie Day. Jason Myers has it hooked up and hauling here at King Speedway. Looks like Tim Kating's got it back together again, going to work on Tommy Tarleton. In 3 for the last time, off of turn number 4, give it to Jason Myers, picks up the win over Ronnie Day. Bud Kating 3rd, Tim Kating 4th, 5th is Brad Sweet, 6th is Statler, 7th is Brent Kating.
And it's good to have King Speedway back in the schedule, and I want to thank all of our sponsors for keeping us out here.
Welcome back to King of the West Tonight. And Gary, that was a great Cotton Classic back in 2006.
And of course, the Cotton Classic coming up, our season finale this year. Yes. It's one of the greatest events out here in California. Of course, we have the Cotton Bale Trophy, a signature of that event. The Cotton Wagon's making a return, as we said a couple weeks ago. But Jason Myers, that was his first ever 410 win at King Speedway. Yeah. Pretty amazing for a guy that's from the Central Valley. Always had a lot of success at Tulare, but Hanford was a place that was kind of a, thorn in his side, I guess to say.
I hear a rumor he's going to return for this Cotton Classic this year.
Yeah, hoping to have him there, but definitely for the Trophy Cup, of course, later on. So Of course, second place there was Ronnie Day, a veteran driver, part of that.
If we get him back.
Part of that elite landscaping team, and Bud Kading third and Brad Sweet fourth. So kind of an eclectic mix of guys.
Hey, Brad Sweet doing pretty good in those
stock car things. He's doing a great job. Really is doing a great job out there. Of course, the Great Clips number 38.
Absolutely. I wonder where he gets that from.
I don't know.
Oh. Yeah. We need to talk about the Gold Cup Race of Champions coming up this weekend. Probably as you're watching this, we're having fun up at Gold Cup on Thursday night. But it's Wednesday night. They got a big doubleheader. Yeah, going to be the Civil War Series and along with the USAC Western Classic Series. So winged and non-winged. We understand we're going to have Willie Croft, Kyle Larson, and Rico Abreu in the field Wednesday night. Wow, that's going to be awesome. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday is nothing better than the Gold Cup at Chico. $20,000 to win on Saturday night. You know they all take all the stops out. And new clay, a lot more bank added in. I know Troy Hennig, Dennis Gage, the whole staff up there have been working their tails off getting it ready for the Gold Cup. And there's always a lot of side events. Of course, Friday morning, the Clyde Lamar Golf Classic. That'd be good, not golf cup. It's a golf course. Kind of a tongue twister there. That's how it is. It's golf course classic. Yeah. They're at Bidwell Park. Give Tri-C Machine a call. They can get you all signed up. But the thing I know you're looking forward to, Gary, the chili feed. The annual chili feed. This is the happening thing Friday night. I think all of Chico comes to the Silver Dollar Speedway and chili feed and bikini competition. Yeah, not many places where you can spend a couple hours of entertainment with 1,000 of your closest sprint car friends and stuff. And of course, tickets $5 if you buy in advance. So if you're there, I guess right now, go down to the souvenir stand and get yourself a $5 ticket. The cheapest it's been in years. So Dennis Gage, Troy Hennig, as I said, they're doing a lot of great things up there. If you see those guys walking around, thank them because they really do care about the racers. They care about the fans, and that's really what this is all about. Absolutely. It's an event, and it's also a race. So and it's going to be a great race. And then Sunday, I'm headed over to Calistoga. How about you? Yeah, Calistoga Speedway. Of course, the return of the greatest show on dirt. We were just there last week for the non-wing show, but not much better than watching 900 horsepower engines rocket down the straightaways there. It's going to be great. I talk to people, they say, well, it's not like side-by-side racing like you get at Chico. I says, no, but you have to appreciate the speed they're going. They're going 150, 60 miles an hour down the front straightaway, and then they pitch it into the corner. Every time I watch those guys, I'm amazed that the car makes it to the corner on all four wheels. It is pretty amazing, and of course, the day after that, about 17 miles from here, Antioch Speedway will be hosting. But going to be a lot of great California guys going at it. Of course, Tim Kading, John Allard, probably the two leading candidates to possibly get their way into victory lane. But guys like Shane Golobic and, the handful of others. Rico Abreu, of course, Kyle Larson, the defending Gold Cup champion. The California guys always seem to give them a run for their money. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, it's always great when it's like we're the California posse. We have the Pennsylvania posse. And the last 2 years, it's been the California posse beating up on the Outlaws. And that's been a great thing. Of course, Kyle Larson last year, Jason Myers the year before. You had to go all the way back to 1989. Daryl Hannestad, of course, picking up the win, but hoping to make it 3 in a row. Absolutely. Hey, we're talking about our Cotton Classic coming up in October. And it's October 13th. And you can pick up tickets for that now. And if you want good reserve seats under the grandstands and great viewing of that racetrack, call 559-584-7223. Get your tickets for the Cotton Classic. It's a final event of the last time to see 410 sprint car racing in Northern California. And of course, we have a number of special things on tap. Last year we had the horses down there. I know we're going to do some different stuff with kind of a little parade maybe on the front straightaway. So definitely not going to want to miss the Cotton Classic. And I think it's almost time to say goodnight, George. Well, it is. But if you want to check in on us, you can go to any of our social media sites, whether it be Facebook or Twitter. I think they've got it on the screen. Or now you can subscribe to us on YouTube by just punching the button right here. Wow. Not a bad deal. And of course, we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. My name's Gary Thomas. That's George Hagan. We'll catch you next week. And I'll see you at Gold Cup.